Hey, I just wanted to start off my video log. I'm Taylor Avei. I'm a biology major at BYU. I'm here at Washington University in St. Louis. My mentor is Dr. Randall Bateman, and I'm going to be doing research with him, and he specializes in Alzheimer's disease. What I'm specifically going to be doing is working on a project that is in clinical trials, and he just wants to add to the sample size. So he's come up with essentially a blood test that can give a prognosis for if a person can or will develop Alzheimer's disease. What I'm nervous about, I think, is, I don't know. I'm not really nervous too much. I'm more like anxious to like get going and get started. And what I hope to accomplish is that I become a better overall researcher, and that I can further learn from Dr. Bateman and, kind of have a set path of if I really want to be an MD PhD. I don't really have any expectations. I'm just ready to get out and going, but I just kind of wanted to show you around my apartment. So this is my room. And then out here is the kitchen, kind of a living space. And I have 3 roommates, and honestly, I'm just really excited. So I'll talk to you guys next week. Okay, bye. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys a weekly update from my internship here at WashU. So this past week was really my first week of working, and my impressions of everybody. So we have a lot of people that have PhDs, and super smart people, and they're from all across the world. There's a guy from the Ukraine, there's a guy from France. My mentor and PI is from Ghana. His name is Quasi. And then there's a few other people that are from across the United States. And then they have interactions with clinicians, so neurologists, because we're working with Alzheimer's disease. I found out also like what I'll be working with. So I'm working with a specific protein that is a precursor for predicting Alzheimer's disease, which is called amyloid beta. And I'll be able to look at different isoforms. So for instance, there's amyloid beta 38, 40, and 42, which are known isoforms that can predict whether or not a person has Alzheimer's disease. And what we're exploring is to see if there's other isoforms such as 37 and 39, which also can be further indicators of the disease. And the cool part is my lab's working on a clinical trial right now for a blood test that would test for Alzheimer's disease, which is way better than working through cerebral spinal fluid, which it's super invasive and you have to get it from a spinal tap. But I'm really excited to be working on my project. It's a lot of detail and a lot of going over analytics, which I think that's probably the part I'm a little less excited about. But other than that, everything's going well. So yeah, thanks so much. Hey, I just wanted to give you an update. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but just to update you on what's been going on. Today I presented at a data meeting for the lab, and I've been working with plasma and with CSF. My plasma stuff hasn't really been working, which is kind of a bummer, but you get through it. And then my CSF stuff, so cerebral spinal fluid, that I've been working with, we've been finding more isoforms, which are essentially peptide lengths of amyloid beta, which is a protein that's abundant with Alzheimer's disease. And I was talking with my PI, Dr. Bateman, as I was doing the clinical side with him. I was able to shadow him and able to follow, how he approaches his clinical side, how he conducts himself with his patients as well as with their families. And for me, like, that's amazing because that's what I want to do. More is like clinical work, but I really do love research. And so this has been an amazing opportunity for me. And I think the best part about it so far is, one thing with research is you're going to fail all the time. You're going to run into roadblocks, and sometimes you just got to start over. And that's where I'm at. So I'm just working as hard as I can. And, with every failure, with every roadblock, I'm just taking what I learned from it and trying to move on and move past it, so that, eventual success can come. And I think the funniest part for me is that I've been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy, and Dr. Shepard is he plays a neurosurgeon, and he deals with Alzheimer's trials and everything. So for me, it's kind of like I'm in Grey's Anatomy, but I guess I'll twist it and say this is Tay's Anatomy. But anyways, I just wanted to update you on what's been going on. So thanks again. See you guys soon. Bye. Hey everybody. Just giving you another weekly update. This last week was just kind of slow with it being the holiday in the middle of the week. So just kind of threw some plans off as far as the lab. But, we'll get through it. As far as updates, there's not really much to really update you on. I still working hard, still trying to do my best. Trying to think. Honestly, there's not really anything to tell you. I'm still having a blast, like working as hard as I can, asking a lot of questions, trying to, further myself and challenge myself. This week, I'll be working a little bit more with cerebral spinal fluid. So we'll see. Hopefully this week will bring about good things. I bet it will. But again, yeah, thanks for everything, and I'll talk to you guys again later. Okay, thanks. Bye. Hey, just wanted to give you a weekly update. This last week went really well. My samples that I've been doing with plasma, they worked, and the signal was high, which was really good. The week before that, I struggled a little bit, but hey, it's part of science. There's ups and downs, and for me, it was a good miracle and a good pick-me-up, because sometimes it can be a little discouraging, but I'm enjoying my experience here. I couldn't be more grateful for everything. This truly has helped me in more ways than one, and I've been able to reflect upon the things that I want to do and how much science can truly impact the world, and I'm excited. It makes me even more excited to do more science. One thing that I've been able to do this last week was work closer with my mentor on the mass spec machine. So mass spectrometry is essentially breaking down peptides so that you can measure proteins, and you're able to see the exact length and by using the mass. So for example, amyloid beta, which is the protein I've been studying, has a specific mass, and in the samples, when you put it on the machine, you're looking for that specific mass within the samples. And so for me, it was cool because I got to see the whole process. I got to do the sample prep, which takes about 2 to 3 days, and then I was able to help my mentor put it on the machine, and I was able to ask him questions of what he does to prepare the machine, how he runs the machine, how he monitors the machine. and then that takes another 12 hours, and then we're able to accumulate the data and then look at what's called the amyloid beta 42 to 40 ratio. And this is what the scientific community uses when they're diagnosing Alzheimer's disease. And this is how they do their research, because it's a standardized process that essentially can give you the difference of a person who is amyloid positive and a person that's amyloid negative. And for normal people, we have high levels of amyloid beta, but a person who has Alzheimer's disease has low levels. So for me, it was cool because I got to see all the different aspects. But yeah, this week was great. This next week's gonna be a little harder, but not from the aspect of the work. I think part of it for me will be that my head won't really be into it. And just to explain a little bit, so my brother returns home from his mission tomorrow. And it's a wonderful thing that he's coming home, but it's kind of hard, and it's kind of a killer for me not to be there. And my brother's my best friend, but he of all people understands that this opportunity was too great for me to pass up. And again, I just want to express my appreciation to all of you, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And I'll talk to you again. Thanks, bye. Hey everyone, I just wanted to make my last vlog. I've been home for 2 weeks from my internship now, and just to update you guys on a few things. So I did get to see my brother, and I did get to hug him as he returned home from his mission, and it's been great to be with him, and he will be coming down to BYU with me this upcoming fall. And back, I guess, to my internship. Number one, I just want to show my appreciation and just say thank you to all of you for all the support and everything that you guys have done for me so that I could have this experience. The opportunity I had to attend the Biomed Rep program at Washington University in St. Louis was absolutely amazing. And it totally fit me and what I want to do. And I got to see really how people do major research throughout the world. And I got to see people from all over the world and how they study Alzheimer's disease. And it really was an eye-opening experience for me, as well as it was very humbling for the fact that I was fortunate enough to be a part of this program, and that I was fortunate enough to represent Brigham Young University. Again, I can't thank you guys enough. This program has helped me prepare myself further for this year, and for the future. For this year in general, it kind of was a kickstart for me to study for the MCAT and to work on my resume, putting it together, and my personal statement and things like that, which are all things that I'm going to need to do when I want to apply to medical school this upcoming summer, as well as for the distant future. I really have grown to love deeply research and to see the ins and outs and how physicians and those with PhDs, how they work together and how they really are all working for a common goal to find answers to this terrible disease. And I think the biggest thing for me, one of the biggest takeaways is the opportunities that I've had at Brigham Young University, as well as the opportunities that are before others that will come. And I guess what I mean by that is, I know that Brigham Young University we're known for our law school and for our business school. But that doesn't mean we can't be known for research. And I think we have the resources, and we definitely have the capable people to do it. And we can prove that we're just as great as all these other places throughout the world, and that we can do just as good as research. And that's kind of what I want to show, is because so growing up, I've had people that would tell me and my family that, like, the reason why Brigham Young University didn't get into the Pac-12 is because they're not a research school, which we all know is not true. And that's kind of like driven me a little bit, and it's kind of stuck with me, especially over this summer, that I got to see that, we really are a research school, and we have the resources, and we have wonderful people like all of you who help students like me, fulfill dreams and have experiences that I never could have had without any help. This experience was something I never could have gotten from just being in the classroom. I had hands-on experience out at Washington University working with stem cells, working with brain samples, working with different medias, plasma, cerebrospinal fluid, and looking at how people approach their critical thinking when it comes to conducting experiments. And I got to pick the brains of different people throughout the neuroscience department at Washington University, and it's just a wonderful opportunity. I really can't thank you guys enough. And I really am grateful, and I really do appreciate it. And I hope that I represented not only Brigham Young University well, but that I represented all of you that helped and supported me. Because truly, that means a lot to me that all of you believed in me. And again, I can't thank you enough. And I hope to see all of you soon. Thank you again, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.